We are live. Dave, slow down there.
And that is why I'm never going to that restaurant again.
I wouldn't either. That was a horrible story.
Dude, I never want to tell that again. It was just, I mean, the sounds, the smells, and that image. Oh, God, seeing that on the floor. Oh,
I can
God.
smell it from here.
Exactly.
And then telling us how they made your soup extra salty. That was not.
Honestly, I'm traumatized.
So are we.
I'm having a little bit of
Anyway.
an identity crisis here.
Oh, my God. Hey, what day is it, guys?
It is Thursday night.
I'm surprised anybody knows that.
Oh, what the hell is happening? I think I just broke the matrix. Anyway, as you can tell, the real Zero's not here tonight. So
Holy fuck.
we have a
I'm
CGI
sorry, guys.
stand-in.
About 7 figures just fell off a shelf for no
Seriously?
reason. Seriously.
It's because we laughed at Jordan.
That's because he's haunting you.
Oh, shit.
Was
I'll
it
get back to
Were they Transformers?
Figure Arts.
Oh, good. You're right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Did any heads pop off?
I'll have to take a look. There are common writers.
Oh, then definitely don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, one of them is armored.
Uh-oh.
But he's
Yeah.
fine. What's the use of the armor if it's not going to protect you from a simple fall?
I'll be back.
Well, this is why people
That's
tune
the
in
worst Arnold
live.
Schwarzenegger I've ever seen.
What a development. Anyway, since Zero's not here, we have a CGI stand-in. And he's here just to make sure you guys all kielbasa slam that like
button. Your head went all quizzical there for a second.
He wasn't
did.
sure about
it. That was one hell of a slam. All right. Bye, Zero. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, Joe?
I have no idea.
If you are in fact Joe, that could be another overlay.
Dude,
You could actually be Zero.
it could be. Who knows at this point? It could.
I mean,
Look,
your name says I am Joe, but that's been wrong before.
this
I
is
like
going to
that
be my
face.
new default face.
That's terrifying.
Smiles, everybody. I'm having brain farts. I'm listening to y'all, and I'm trying to log in or get to the YouTube page so I can see the comments, but I'm just doing everything else, clicking around. I can't, Mike. I can't.
And you're the professional
You know what
among us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
If you can't figure it out. Well, that's
Then
it tonight.
Kielbasa slam something. That's all we got. I mean,
I feel bad
Hey,
because all
everybody.
those figures fell off Dave's shelf. I think they were anticipating that kielbasa slam.
I think it was just they had the what is it, the 71st bad joke, and they just couldn't take it anymore. Well, he wasn't in the early episodes. We'll say 65. 65 bad jokes, and he couldn't take it. They just
They
just
tried to
took
get
the
away.
blame lead. It just did it.
It was inevitable.
But Joe, I'm going to flip the script here, sir. How are you this week?
Am I going first? All right. Oh, by the way, I know I'm clicking all the buttons, but are you our host or am I our host?
You're going to be host, I think, because why not?
Okay.
Because you got the controls. I mean, I can do it.
I
can
do have
it.
the
I don't
controls.
care.
Folks,
I mean,
we are
YouTube
usually
loves
more
and adores
prepared.
me, so
Oh, I should at least have the dock up. Yeah. But
That's something else I was supposed to be doing too.
well, oh look, Matt contributed to the doc. Everyone did except for Dave. Dave.
and honestly, that's expected.
Anyway, I'm
Really?
doing great. I got an interesting item. Something that I never said I would get into.
And big in yourself because I can't do it.
I will embiggen. Like this. So anyway, oh, look, you can see your head. Spoiler alert. I've always said I don't want like Hot Toys in 1/6 scale because it doesn't fit with anything else in my collection. Blah 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 blah. But could not resist this.
And copyright.
And she is amazing, even though she's not that well articulated.
Did you expect her to be?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Hot Toys are expensive. They look really cool. I know the norm is they're not that best at articulation.
A lot of them are better than her.
Yeah, she's particularly limited by the corset. This is all solid
The
plastic.
boobs are in the way.
The boobs are literally in the way. But
Can you remember what the TB league feels like? Because is her rubber plastic harder?
Her rubber is similar. I don't know. I'll probably get a TV league here soon.
Just for comparison purposes, right?
Yeah, I have to. It's for science. So, the only other thing I got this week is this horrible set. And just to show real quick, I should have been more prepared, but
We didn't expect it.
yeah. Plastic. All right.
Wow,
This
I'm used to
Mothra.
people opening stuff up while other people are talking.
Yeah. This Mothra is so freaking small. Literally, like, look. It's the size
It's
of
like-
a finger.
It's the
A
size
real
of a
moth.
large IRL moth, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it does scale with everything else, so it looks the part, but there's like nothing to it. The thorax has a little joint. You guys just learned something today. This is an educational channel. And the wings move. That's it. Not much to it.
Are the wings plastic?
The wings are plastic.
Who is that? NECA?
No, this is Monster Arts. I almost said Figure Arts, but you know the thing. And Rodan is decent, but his wings are just all one piece. I was hoping to. I should have known from the pictures, but there's no movement here, so which I don't think they did in the movie, but so that's probably accurate. But
I was going to say, I don't
also-
think there'd be much of an excuse at that size. I know why Ghidorah didn't because those wings were massive, but on that one, you would have thought maybe a joint here or there.
Yeah, probably. You know, 2 joints in the wing would have been nice, but or make it like a rubber, like a flexible rubber.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing. So,
Were they expensive?
yeah. But when you want to have the whole set, you gotta go with it. So that's it for me. How about Mr. T-Man 978?
Hello, everybody. I picked up this Megatron. Yes. I didn't realize until, everybody in the comments has to point out like the negative stuff.
Like the
I'm
echo
like,
in
I
your
did-
voice?
Yeah,
It's
which
the
is
internet.
weird. I can hear that too. But I never noticed. I did the whole review that he has the same upper torso as the Revenge of the Fallen mold. It's just silver painted.
Oh, wow.
So, but I don't care. But I reviewed that guy. Don't own him unless I don't give it back. And what else did I get? Oh, I think I don't remember if I had this.
I think you showed that last week.
Doesn't matter. Do it anyway.
We could see it again.
Yeah, and I brought this lady out to convince Joe to get a TV league.
It's not going to take much at this point.
She is my Wonder Woman stand-in. Since they don't have one that has, I want a Wonder Woman with a good-looking face. I'm debating on that Amazing Yamaguchi one, but the face is too anime.
Dude,
Yeah, it's very stylized.
Did you see that picture I put up of the aftermarket face for
Mm-mm.
1.6? I'll
No.
find it
What
and put it in the
for?
chat, or I'll bring it up here.
Oh, 1.6. No.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll find it.
Oh,
I,
technically,
I,
that's like that TBL league is like Artemis,
Oh,
who's like
look,
one of the other
that was
Amazons.
fast.
yeah, she is actually Athena.
All right,
Athena.
here we go.
Okay.
But I do have this.
You got a Barbie
She,
doll?
That's a Barbie.
yeah, she doesn't have any type of waist movement either. But
It's a
what's
Barbie
odd
doll.
about it is it's a full body under there and it's covered with this, which is
All right,
crazy.
can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Holy
that's
shit.
yeah, that's on eBay.
I'd
It's
kill for my
called
wife to look at me like that.
Hmm.
Strabismus head sculpt. And there's two. There's one where she's looking this way, and there's another one where she's looking the other way.
I would get that for Athena if her skin was more pale. The face is going to be way too tan.
Yeah, see, that's my worry. If I get a TB League body, like even the suntan one, is it gonna
Hmm.
match that
Yeah,
skin
I don't
tone,
think they
or
match.
the Hot Toys skin tone?
From what I've seen in like people making customs on YouTube, they never match. But that person might have got the untanned body.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I haven't seen any like of Wonder Woman actually done. I've only seen. Oh no, wait a minute. I did. It was a pale skin, and he put the regular head on it anyway, and it looked completely off. And he was completely trashed in the comments. Everyone hated it. He,
You
he seemed
you
to
might
like it.
you might be able to play it off because this face right here is matching with this body, and I can't zoom
That
in.
looks exactly like you.
If you squint really really hard.
It's got the same physique too.
I was going to say jump in for the
Yes.
next one.
Yeah.
Yep, he does. He has all of my non-dad bod features.
T
But
hit the gym once in the last 12 years, and that's what he's got to show for it. So, I mean, he was there for a long time. He was there for like 8 weeks at once.
hmm You know what? Planet Fitness put something in the door. So I'm 10 cents to start.
He threw it away. What's
I
the rest
brought
of
it
that
in the
story?
house. Oh yeah. Let me get into my story, then I'll pass it on to you, Matt. Earlier today, I was leaving from Barnes and Noble, and then I decided I had so much time left on my lunch break, and wasn't that freezing. Like, let me sit outside, and I was looking at my boot because they're suede, and I was like wanting to wipe the suede because you know how suede does, where if it's going the wrong way, it looks ashy.
Mhm.
So when I wiped it, something green rubbed onto my boot, and my hand was wet, and I was like, "What the?" I was like, I was super confused because there was nothing on the boot before I touched it. So then I looked in my hand, and I had white and green crap in my hand.
Had you just sneezed?
No, somehow I got bird shit in my hand, and I'm like,
Uh,
how the hell did it get in the inside of my hand while I was walking?
I
And I
honestly
looked
could have
up.
lived my life without this story, by the way.
It was so confusing to me. That's why. So I was like, now I got to get back to work because I got to wash my daggone hands. And then I was like, what if I have bird shit on my hood and I don't know?
Oh
But
God.
What if
luckily
you
I
had
didn't.
bird shit in other places that you haven't discovered yet? You still may not know.
Right.
What
I
would have
hope
been
not.
what would have been better is if you were like, "Oh, how'd I get this bird shit? Did it come from my head?" And then just rub it all over your. Oh no, God!
Oh,
My clothes.
working downtown by the Inner Harbor, I've had some bird experiences.
You know what they
What?
say? It is the
What?
word.
No, no.
But no.
As more of Dave's figures commit suicide.
Jesus. One figure actually did snap in half, but unfortunately, I was able to put it back together.
Oh, God.
How about you, Matt? How's your day and week and all that stuff?
Let me see, since I'm mobile now, if I can swap the camera around without the thing crashing on me. There we go.
All right.
I'm doing splendid. I was
Ooh.
off. I haven't been to work since was it the Thursday before Christmas? So
Oh,
I don't go to work tomorrow either. So my next day of work is Monday. So I've been doing lovely. And here's my 3 recent acquisitions. MP Hound, MP Black Arachnia, and New Age Starscream.
Which one's which? Can you point them out?
Yeah. So here's New Age Starscream.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
You got the Ghost of Starscream variant.
Yes. Thank you, Dave.
How many POA is that?
It's just the one. It's got this hinge here.
That's awesome.
That's really the only joke I've got for that. I will say it's interesting that I got these two together. So I pre-ordered Hound through Amazon Japan, and in talking with T for like 2 seconds, he convinced me when I said, "Should I get Black Arachnia?" And he said, "Yeah." So I ordered it because I'm weak-minded, apparently. I ordered this guy after this guy had been processing for like 2 days. They showed up the same day. It's interesting that I got 2 different boxes, both DHL. These two represent, in my opinion, the best of 2 different sides of a coin. It's odd that she's a totally like a simple transformation, glossy figure, show accurate to the nines, different kind of figure altogether, and he's solid, just basically opposite of her, but in good ways. It's hard to explain. It's just having them side by side, like super complicated transformation. At least as far as figures I own, I'm sure there's ones that are way worse, but he's definitely probably one of the. T, would you say this is almost as many steps as MP44? Closer than most, anyway. And then being such a yes, it's. I was telling him it's amazing to me that all of the kibble on the robot, the gas can, the tire, and the mounted gun fit in the fucking feet. Like that's insanity.
That is awesome.
They tried the same thing with Bumblebee with the feet, but they failed.
Right. And now I can't remember. I did watch your review, but I can't remember. Do you have a little bit of a mush factor to the one with all the extra stuff in it with the gun, where you kind of got to mush it a little bit to clamp it shut?
Yes, you have to definitely have it lined up. Yeah, it definitely has to line up right before you can snap it into that one little peg at the bottom.
But it's not that scary though, because this is pretty beefy joint here, because this is what's got all the pressure on it, and it seems fine on mine. Like I've transformed them a few times now, and that would be the only part of this whole thing that I'd be worried about, besides the windshield connection. That you just got to be super fucking careful of, because it's all translucent painted. And could be prone to breakage, I guess. But it's fine. Like, as long as you're not heavy-handed, you're good to go.
I do like that they included the fake tires. That's really cool.
And you mean these?
Yeah.
Nothing. And they serve
like
a purpose.
The Make Toys one just has the full-size tire down there.
And while I know the internet is the internet and will bitch that this isn't 100% show accurate, but the fact that this fits in too is crazy.
The whole thing, like even the cannon and truck mode.
Yeah, and then to have that much kibble on the back is nuts. So he definitely gets a high recommend from me. I was scared of him when I first opened him, but after spending some time with him, you just got to be careful. The only other thing that kind of makes me nervous is clipping those arms around, because all that is on that one. It's hard to show, but there's that one joint takes all the pressure from pushing those arms over the clamp. Or over the bump.
It's like X-Transbot's design.
But it doesn't, it's not stressed. It all seems good. So I'm not overly worried about it. Where with her, it's just a matter of lining this shit up. T said she's one of the easier transformations, and I agree, but you have to have the fucking stars aligned to get it just right in the back.
All I know is your basement seems really cold, according to her.
Yeah, it is, and I keep it that way for that purpose. And then him, he's awesome. We've talked about him. Joe has him. The only other one I have on order right now is Sunstorm. I haven't decided if I'm going to go all in on the other ones, but he's super cool. I'd like to know where the coronation set is that's in the instructions, but didn't show up with mine.
It's not there.
It's not there.
I had an answer to that, but I forgot what it was.
His
And
coronation
that
was
helps us
disrupted.
not at all.
Oh, I think it's supposed to come with the ghost version that's coming out or something.
Yeah, I saw they just announced that. And the Coneheads, so they Thundercracker, Skywarp released, and then the Coneheads just released too. So they're cranking them out fast. Like,
I'm gonna hold out hope that they're gonna offer the Space Bridge pieces separately, like after they're all out. Cause I'm not gonna go all in, but I do want the Space Bridge.
I feel like that's a piece that's easily 3D printed.
Yeah.
Like a third or a fourth party company can make those, I would think.
You only need 4 of those, I think. You don't have to look at the back.
Sure, you don't have to have a complete circle, yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
before you hand this off to Dave, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm assuming you were done.
Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point.
Good. We got a new watcher, listener, Grail 640, and he's got a
Ooh.
question for you and T-Man.
Hi, Grail.
So my answer to this is that he is way better than Willis, and my opinion is based on the fact that I've never actually handled Willis more than 2 seconds. Joe, you have the Willis, right?
No, I've got Gundog.
You've got Gundog. So
I
then
thought
my
you-
opinion is even more garbage.
Gotcha.
T-Man has Willis.
T-Man is Willis and did a side-by-side, so I'm going to hand it off to him for that. And don't tell him to watch the fucking video. He's going to do that anyway, right, Grail? He's going to do that anyway.
Masterpiece Hound Chill review. Watch the video. Psych, yeah, well, not psych. Watch the video. But I like him way better than Willis. Willis is good, but the ankles suck in robot mode, and he is nowhere near as posable. And the transformation isn't even though this is a complex transformation, his transformation is just not, Willis's transformation isn't as easy to do as this. And it feels like you're breaking it every single time you do it. So as far as Willis, it has diecast, so it feels good. It looks good. It still looks like it jumped out the cartoon, but the function isn't there as far as posability and the actual transformation. And I like this way more. Let me just say that.
Well, there you go.
So if Grail were the type to just get a figure and sit it on the shelf without worrying about transformation, which would you think?
You can get away with Willis if you do that, if it's cheaper and you don't really care.
There you go.
And I think it comes in robot mode, so which a Masterpiece one doesn't. Excuse me. And you can risk scratching the paint more on Hound, I think, than Willis. Willis, I think the paint is more durable.
See, there you go, Grail. Now you don't have to watch the chill review.
I didn't mention this, but Masterpiece paint, I don't know what they're using, but it's nowhere near as durable as it should be for their price point.
Or as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in my day, the masterpieces could take a beating.
And that's
But-
not even to say that the Beast Wars stuff, because the Beast
Yeah.
Wars stuff holds up.
The Beast Wars, I don't know. They do magic. This paint, I don't ever worry about.
Yeah.
All right, another real quick before we hand it off to Dave. Grail, I'm going to give you one question here. We like to give away figure action points here on this podcast,
Oh.
which you can redeem for some fabulous prizes. Based on your profile picture, you should know the answer to this. What is your favorite color?
I don't
I'm
know.
going to actually wait for him to type it because it doesn't matter. He's going to be wrong. Dave, how are you doing?
Well, when not rescuing figures doing a shelf dive, I'm doing great. Survived the new year, and actually,
Speaking awful soon there, bud.
You should knock on some wood really
You
violently,
should.
like that wood shelf behind you.
It's I took the last 2 days off. I wasn't at work, so like this,
That's awesome. You deserve it.
I'm actually a little relaxed. I've been I found this really nice distraction. For PlayStation, Spider-Man. It's kind of it's a good way to waste some time. If you're into that kind of stuff. They seem to kind of they know what they're doing with that game. But aside from that, I haven't got my pickups are pretty light. I got Valkyrie.
Oh, sure. What I didn't show. I mean, or are they still near you? The wings.
The wing. Oh, yes, they are. I will say I have a QC issue with mine because one of these faces, the pegs are shaved just a little shallow. So I think the smiling face, if I put it on there, it falls off at the drop of a hat. But yeah, this is. I showed this to T-Man the other day. If you have yourself a Marvel Legends Archangel, and you got your Valkyrie right here, and you have her look down, and you shove the back of that in there.
Oh,
That's what she said.
After she kind of adjusts and takes in that peg back there, just spreads open proper, and you got yourself a little angel of destruction.
Is
now
that
give us our
canon?
like.
Huh?
Is that canon?
No, it's a machine gun.
Damn it, Dave.
You know what I did, Dave, to avoid that? The backpack bumping into the hair, I just took the wings out and flipped the backpack upside down.
Oh, so you did try it later. You did try it.
I have it like that right now, but I was going to let you do it.
It's a good display piece, isn't it? I mean,
It looks awesome.
almost worth the price of business on the Archangel. But if you can get yourself an Archangel cheap, the Toy Biz pegs work just fine. Hold on, let me just pull that out from back there. Okay, good. But so she's pretty neat. Not a perfect figure, like I said. With mine, the face keeps falling off. But
They should
Then
make
I
a
got-
movie about that.
the face is off. But then I got Spinister, and this is Hasbro magic right here.
Yes.
I mean, as I put it, I review in a nutshell is it's cool how these blades don't rotate back. I find it for the transformation, they were very lazy on the hands, and oh dear God, it's black magic for everything else.
They just zero fucks to give when they got to the hands.
Well, yeah, it's like they blew their wad on everything else because when you look at the picture and you see two cockpits on the leg, I was like, wait a second, they don't split or nothing. So if you don't have this figure, get this figure. It is worth tracking down.
Yeah,
And
do you find it?
Tracking this guy down. Okay, this is my story. This is a good story. I'm at Target, and I'm doing the little kind of cruising around. And as I'm walking down the Transformer aisle, there is another couple right behind me. And I don't always want to be like, ooh, geeky, go through all the stuff. But so I go down looking at the Power Ranger Lightning stuff, and the guy's girlfriend's like, "Oh, look, that's Spinister. Weren't you looking for that?" And I'm just like, "Son of a bitch." So this guy is like a big guy. You're talking like.
Oh, here we go. He's exaggerating. 10
No, he's
feet
like
tall.
No.
300 pound.
Well, he's like a Francis type, okay? The neck beard down to there and all that stuff. He's sitting there holding the box, and I'm just like, shit, I lost it. And then he looks at it again, and he puts it back on the shelf, and he starts walking down the Power Ranger shelf. So I immediately go around the aisle, go back, just reach around the corner, grab the box, and just start heading towards the checkout line. And I just hear echoing, "The hell! I just put it right there."
Dave with the reach around.
Yep.
You know what would have been
Pretty much.
even better?
What? If he was listening to the show right now?
Well, that would be hilarious. If you had pushed him out of the way and grabbed that only Transformer on the shelf, and then
Listen.
laughed at his misery as you ran away.
I am not that hardcore of a nerd. Okay, if somebody is like that, then that's just they got
That's
issues.
right. Only the worst person.
The
would do
worst
that.
of the worst.
I love
You know
the
what?
people that don't know what we're talking about.
You got the figure the same day. Quick all.
Was it the same day?
You did. It was because we found it at Walmart. Then you found it at the Target we stopped.
But
at.
anyway, I love
I had
everything
to
about
wait
this
like
figure.
a good half hour though.
I love everything about this figure.
So,
Just about
Dave,
everything about this figure.
I'm probably not gonna buy that. Can you reveal the secret of the cockpits for me?
I might be doing it during the show because it does take a minute to get there. But
Okay.
I mean, everything about this guy's transformation is amazing except for the arms.
All right. Show me later.
The back, you got to freaking unfold that. It just unfolds.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's like masterpiece stuff there. And then, oh, I got to open up the panels here. Open up the panel there.
I figured the legs would be interchangeable, but they're not because
they're
of the
not.
feet.
Exactly. And the feet. I mean, everything about this thing is just. It is a beauty of engineering. I don't want to say almost third-party-esque engineering, but I was looking at this guy. I'm like, hey, this would make a very good repaint as Vortex. I'm like, nope, never mind. But basically, one leg folds up into itself, and that goes to the undercarriage of the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one becomes the regular cockpit.
Becomes a cockpit. I like a good undercarriage.
It is a great undercarriage. And that all just kind of pegs in. And I said, they just didn't give any fucks about the hand. But,
Sweet.
Clean it up a
But
little.
that can be forgiven, in my opinion.
They just got to clean it up a little, but it's just really one of Hasbro's engineering's best. I almost forgive them for Ape Face for this figure. Almost.
Takar told me I never give Hasbro any credit.
This is better than anything Studio Series puts out, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Everything
sucks.
Dude, I don't know. I feel sorry for anybody who's a completionist on that. Good thing we don't have a good thing we don't have a Studio Series apologist on the show.
They just left. We had 20 people watching. Now it's 19.
He's gone.
Come back. We love Studio
really?
Series.
Now it's 18.
Do we have another new Greta articulated?
Greta articulated figure reviews. Hey,
have you been here before? Welcome. If you haven't.
Hi, Greta.
If you have, sorry. You may be the first time you've commented.
I recognize that.
Are you all good?
I am all great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a little bit of news. We're going to start with Mr. Parts Former.
I knew you were going to do that.
You should have been prepared.
Oh, even if I wouldn't have been regardless. So no, the only thing I put on the news, it's been kind of slow news-wise. The only thing I put on there was the kind of onslaught of releases that we've had for legend scale figures, because I find myself more and more gravitating towards that scale. I feel like there's, it may not be the most bang for your buck considering the prices are starting to jump up on those things, but I feel like they earn their engineering on them more. Third-party masterpiece and even some regular masterpieces. They have such a small scale to work with that they have to come up with new tricks. And a lot of times you see some magic going on in these smaller figures. So let me bring up here Iron. Let's start with Iron Factory, because they had a bunch of stuff that they're releasing fairly quickly too. I think their next up is their Ironhide. No, not Ironhide. I mean Cliff Jumper. This one's not for me, but it looks cool. I don't have any pictures, so Joe, do you want me to put some pictures in the chat?
You could do that, or tell me
I'm
where
trying-
to find them.
If you go to the Chosen Primes Facebook, they have a link with all of the new ones minus Cliffjumper. But there's the
I
other
thought-
ones I wanted to talk about.
I thought Cliffjumper was out already.
He
I haven't
is.
seen
He
him
just
for
released an
years.
Asia. Oh well, he just released.
He looks awesome. I like that design from the comics.
He's like a Mini Cooper.
Hmm
Their releases. The only thing Iron Factory is like, Iron Factory comes up with really cool designs, but they're clunky, and a lot of times they bump into their own. Like the shoulders are so big, the forearms are big, and it's kind of hard to articulate when they have a lot of articulation built into them. While Joe's pulling it up, I'll just run through some of the other ones that they have coming out. They have their Chaos Raven, which is their Fallen, and it's not some bullshit Bayverse Fallen. It's the actual like Dreamwave-esque Fallen. And I don't know what he transforms into because they don't have alt mode picks on here.
I think
He
the
may not
last time a
even
fallen figure like that was made was Make Toys.
Yes, they're Chaos Paladin, I believe they called it.
Mhm.
But they don't. I don't see any pictures here of an alt mode.
Here
So
we go.
either he. There you go. Those are the only two shots, and there are two different robot modes. So I'm guessing maybe he just shifts around his armor somehow. Like his shoulder pauldrons are rotated back. He's got a shoulder-mounted gun. He probably turns into a tank. I mean, isn't that what they do? Like if they don't
Yeah.
need a significant alt mode, jam a fucking tank in there, and you got it.
What's different other than his shoulders?
Well, the spear is he's got one spear in one hand and some kind of club thing in the other.
The fusion cannons moved from the arm to the shoulder.
Yeah. So if there's an alt mode here, there's definitely something that bends. There's some kind of armature on the back of him. Don't know. I think it looks cool. Let's see how much he's going for. I'll click it here.
Looks
At
like
first
that
I
might
thought he was
use
taller.
A lot of the
$55.
Megatron engineering. What do you think?
And
55 bucks for a legend?
that's the way they're going, dude.
Yeah,
that's the legends are climbing. That's why I said I don't know. I can see why people wouldn't want to get into this scale because some of it's kind of robbery. I mean,
I hate to say it, it's all kind of robbery now these days.
Yeah.
well,
You think
that's what
he's big as
I can-
Jetfire?
What's that?
You think he's big as Jetfire?
Probably. Looking at the size here, I think he might be. I mean, Dave, I like when you come to this guy, the engineering on this is phenomenal. So
And you got the stand, and you got the accessories.
And I'll tell you what though, for New Age's Starscream, Joe, you have him. No, yeah, you have him too. That box is ridiculously small, and you open it up, it's like a fucking clown car. All the stuff that comes out of it. So I can
don't knock
appreciate
New
that.
Age.
No, right. And New Age, this was, if you got him import, was $40. I wanted him quick, so I rushed him for like 60. But for $40 and waiting for him to be imported, that's a steal, I think. But yeah, Iron Factory's tending to get a little more expensive. They also have the Galvatron coming out, which I'm sure is some kind of tank gun thing. But again, it's that chunky aesthetic that Iron Factory is known for. And I think it works on some characters and not others. But this Galvatron would be one I'd be tempted to get because
He's got quite the pelvic thrust going there.
he does. I mean, thrust for days. Like it's almost. I'm looking at it on my iPad. It's almost 3D coming out at me. It's a little concerning.
Ooh.
This is awesome looking, and I love that he comes with the scythe/sickle thing because it looks amazing. But this is their one of their sweeps or scourge or whatever.
I would
I
actually
thought it was
love to
neon.
see that painted as Death Scythe.
But
No
he
name
looks,
on this one. I wonder if they'll call him the Reaper.
There's no name.
I don't see a name on a tag on this photo.
Too late. Is that him? I don't know. There's a link up at the top of their post with all the names. I'm not sure
Okay.
which one he is.
With Iron Factory, I could see that. If it was like Mastermind Creations, he'd be like, I don't know, Anubis Deus. So
They might have already used Reaper though. Now that I think of it.
Next, this is the one I'm definitely getting of this grouping. I don't know what it is about Powerglide. I love Powerglide. It's kind of a stupid design, and I love it. I love every bit of it. There is a picture
I
of
like
this
his
alt mode.
but I can't quite tell what his alt mode. It can't be a true A10 Thunderbolt.
No, it's some kind of like
It's gonna be
I don't
some
know.
futuristic.
I'll tell you what.
jet.
If I find a picture, I know there's a picture of his alt mode out there somewhere. If I find it, I'll post in our chat to throw up real quick. But
They go
But he-
after the IDW aesthetics.
on some figures, but not others. And like I said, there's the IDW aesthetic, there's the chunkiness, and then but they don't do it all the time. And then their female figures, they give them the chibi head. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of all over the place.
I know Iron Factory doesn't do too much with the convention scene, but dear God, if they'd made that Power Glide in blue would be a perfect convention exclusive.
They had a convention exclusive, not this year, but last year, because it was the Sunstorm. Because I have it.
But you know what
So
I mean?
they-
Like, if they
yeah,
made
but
it like,
they
in
do
the
like
Rattler colors.
Yeah. T, this
What
one's
area?
for you. If you want your because
This
you
is
bought
not
the
a good
Jetfire,
picture.
right?
Yeah.
Well, here's your black version, your dark version. So if you want that mold again, here it is.
Nah,
Because
I'm
you
good.
liked
Purple.
you liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna buy it again, but there
I'm
you
not
go.
either.
There's your evil Jetfire.
Black and
And
purple
then-
cells.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
then
buy
they
the
have
first
a
one,
bunch
to be
of
honest.
secret.
Deluxe Baldwin will buy this.
Oh well, he's gonna. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. It's a Transformer. I gotta go.
The next two shots are just secret repaints. It's kind of standard fare there.
Okay.
That was mostly the Iron Factory stuff that got dumped in. They have pictures. Magic Square has pictures of their Megatron prototype. You can find. I'm not going to link it because there's not a whole lot to see. And of their Starscream, which looking at their pictures of their Starscream, I don't think it looks as good as New Age's. I think it's lacking a lot of the articulation that New Age has, but could be the pictures. I'm not sure.
New Age,
is the
New Age, I
goat.
think, has wrecked it for the other guys.
Yeah.
So New Age is also coming out with their cone heads. Like I said, that just got released. The way they solved the cone head problem is pretty cool. There's already a video review out there that's not T-Man's, unfortunately. If T were to move to Asia, though, and get his figures firsthand, he could have all the first views.
Come on, T. Take one for the team.
You don't even have, I'll tell you what, you don't even have to move to Asia. Just buy a house over there and relocate on a weekly basis. You wouldn't even need a car.
I would need a ton of Patreon support.
Gotta
A mountain
you
of
gotta
it.
set it up. You gotta set it up in the first place.
Yeah, you said it. You don't know. The minute you go live with your Patreon page, they could flood you with all this money. You could have cash just dumping from the ceiling.
Easily, like in the single digits of people will.
I mean, you could get $13. What could you do with $13 a month? Just think about it.
That's
I
more
can get
than
a-
what you make selling T-shirts.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a lot.
his Patreon might actually be priced correctly.
I can go to IHOP.
See, look at that, man. That's living the dream. I don't really have anything else news-wise on the Legends stuff. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about. There was not a whole lot that interested me that I can think of. So, moving on.
Moving along. I believe Mr. T-Man 978 has a toy hunt prank story.
Oh boy.
I don't want
I
to be
would-
rude, but I gotta go grab another tea. I'll be right back.
All right.
You're being
So,
replaced.
kitties. Pay attention while you're in Walmart. When I went to Walmart last Friday because I was supposed to be meeting my son there because he wanted to get me Jedi Fallen Order for Christmas, and I was getting him Pokemon Sword for Christmas. And when we were walking around, I noticed these like 4 guys, all different races, and some of them tall and huge. And I'm like, that's already an odd pairing and whatnot. So I noticed them. But later on, I decided to start filming the toy hunt. When I was in the electronics section, I heard something hit the ground like plop, like really hard. So I looked, and I was like, sir. But then when I looked down, it was like a massive wad of cash, like $100 bills, like wrapped around with a rubber band. So I was like, you know what? He's probably asking me to pick that up so something can happen. And then while I was thinking that, I was instantly remembering he had like 3 other big dudes with him. I'm like, there's no way. But instinctively, anyway, I called him before I even realized there was money. But later on, I talked to my son about it, and he overheard somebody at Walmart saying that she picked up the money and they threw cameras in her face. Like, so they must be vlogging too, like I was doing. So I don't know what the outcome would have been if I picked that up.
Huh.
Would they try to, what they would try to do or say?
If it was Mr. Beast, they would have given you the money.
I doubt it. I don't think they gave it to her. So they're just trying to see what people would do. I don't know what they would have did unless they had people staged at all the exits and whatnot. Like if I grabbed it and ran.
How fast can you run?
Yeah, they would have caught me. And I'd be in the hospital. Not because they beat me up, but and then when yeah. So pay
Alright.
attention, folks. Plus, I seen something weird on Facebook where this woman was getting targeted to be probably trafficked. So pay attention in Walmart and other stores.
Oh, Walmarts are horrible for that.
Right.
People get snatched up all the time.
You know, I keep seeing all these IHOP references. It keeps reminding me of the story of the one-legged waitress. But anyway.
Didn't Tiger Woods have a bad IHOP experience? Or was that... Oh, that was Perkins. I think that's the same thing. Whatever. Anyway, on to me. Unless, Dave, you didn't put a thing in the doc. Do you have a piece of news or something you want to share before I go?
Nothing.
Other than 7 figures diving off yourself?
Yeah.
You need to recreate
Did we talk
that,
about
by
the?
way.
Did we actually talk about the Storm teaser that was dropped?
I
No,
don't know about it.
you got to tell us about it because I didn't hear about that.
Is that a thing I can find on Facebook?
Actually, if you go on Storm Collectibles Facebook page,
Okay.
it was. I'll let. I mean, it's all it was is you see the body of the figure, and the effect part. And if we thought the the Sub-Zero with the punching through the guy's face was good, this one's actually kind of got it beat.
Did
The
they
Raiden one?
Did
The
they
Raiden
steal
one.
this effect piece from somebody?
Nah,
No, that's the blood effects.
they're going all the way out now.
I had
Where-
no desire to get Raiden until I saw this picture.
I'm not seeing it. When was
Are you
it
on Storm's
posted?
Facebook page?
Yep.
I had the same reaction when I saw Sub-Zero's effect. I was like, I didn't care about Storm, but when I saw that effect, I was like, holy crap.
Storm Collectibles is pulling the stops out. Okay, I am unapologetically becoming a fanboy for them.
They're trying to win Zero back. He hurt their feelings, man.
Well, okay, you know what? The regular ninjas, yeah, they were the cash grab, and yes, they grabbed my cash. I've got every one of them except Noob Saibot, and now they're doing Ninjas 2.0, and those ninjas are so much better. The Cyberbots are absolutely perfect. The Cyber Ninjas.
Yeah, I'm not finding this picture.
For the Cyber Ninjas, are there any sculpting differences on their chests
Nope.
and whatnot?
Nope, they are Seekers.
No. So even the way their fatality parts connect is similar.
Yeah, so I could put the claw on the claw on one, or I could give all of them a missile launcher. I mean, I said I like smoke comes with the smoke effects. That's about it. But they are all three identical. They're Seekers, more or less.
Yeah, that's cool. They still look good.
They look great together.
Yeah.
But since Joe can't find it, you just see Raiden's torso, and he's got lightning shooting from both hands, and the head's exploding.
And it looks awesome.
You know what? I did see that earlier this week, but no, I did not see it on their Facebook page right now.
It was also on their Instagram, but either way, Raiden's looking good. They're doing so. Their non-ninja characters are coming out great. I mean, Baraka I was a huge fan with. I'm actually looking forward to their Johnny Storm when they finally make it. But
go check out that Instagram.
Yeah.
And then check out the Figure Action Instagram while you're there.
Well,
And
I haven't
Dave.
put anything on there. Yeah, but
It's a
wow,
thing
you got
that
my
we
Instagram.
have.
My
And
Instagram's
Dave,
cooler.
True Star Screamer, also has a nice Instagram. All right. Well, on to me.
We're gonna talk about the big one now.
This is the big one. We're going to save, I think, the best anyway for last. And it is, if I can.
Toy Arc's got a
figure
really good
out what I'm
layout for it,
clicking.
by the way.
All of them?
Oh, I'm going to have to do my entire screen. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to do the picture thing with us.
I found that picture.
Grail, you're getting ahead of us. I like
All right.
you, but you're getting ahead of us.
God, don't shout him down. He's new. Don't
What'd he
scare
do?
him off.
What did new guy do? I can't see now because I'm on this screen and I don't want to.
You've been bigging.
McFarlane Toys. DC Collectibles.
And
And they kept the DC Collectibles name. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
well,
The DC
the
Multiverse,
DC
yeah.
Multiverse.
I mean, DC Multiverse. Yeah.
Is this coming up full screen for you guys?
Yeah.
More or
No.
less.
More or less. All right. We'll have to deal with
It
it.
could be bigger.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it bigger.
One, that's what she said, joke. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
There we go.
I said nothing.
It's mildly bigger. All right. So the first couple, I'm not interested in this thing. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
That
One
looks
thing
like
I hate.
That
And this
looks
is the
kind of
thing.
cool.
This does look cool, but it's also a thing.
One thing I hate is they're doing the same thing Hasbro does, where all of those are different Batmans and Superman. Instead of having like a prefix, they just are Batman, Superman. Like how they do Spider-Man, even though Spider-Man might be $20.99 or whatnot.
Yeah, but they ain't repaints, man. Those are all molds. I mean,
Mhm.
that does look impressive.
Batman Who Laughs.
I want that.
That's one I might actually get.
I want that. He's
Everybody
got single
loves
jointed
that.
elbows.
He does.
I can't. Oh, let me zoom in.
So there's a few things that really interest me with this line. One is instead
I
of
think
the
they're double.
traditional connect and collect, well, now they're calling it collect to build. They're doing vehicles. So we're going to get a couple different Batmobiles, which this one actually looks really cool. It does look very much like a Batmobile. The other one, not so much. It was kind of looked like a Happy Meal toy. But this
Well,
one
the
looks
other,
Yeah.
the other one was used in a comic, and the other one you can put the figure in. That Superman looks
Mhm.
good.
This is a great looking Superman. Time will tell when we actually get it in hand, but this might be what we've been wanting all this time with DC figs.
Mhm.
Like Marvel Legends-ish quality, articulation.
Yeah, I just wanted him to have good articulation. And I like that he comes with extra hands. They didn't show the extra hands at first, so that disappointed me.
I mean, the elbows don't look the best, but it looks like it's going to have decent shoulders, decent torso. The knees look really good.
Yeah, they took the cape off his shoulder so he can do the flying poses, unlike Batman.
And you see, T-Man, you hit my one concern the nail right on the head on that one. On all the other ones, those capes definitely look they're going to hinder some
Like this one.
articulation.
Yeah.
They
this one's
do
definitely gonna get
use
away.
McFarlane does use pliable material, so I'm hoping you can at least get the arms out 90 degrees.
Now this one's got nice elbows. And the cool thing too is, so they're doing many different lines for DC stuff. So a lot of these are from the DC Rebirth in that kind of style, and like this one too, Nightwing.
That one's on my radar.
I think
I'm a sucker
that's-
for a good Nightwing figure.
We might have somebody in our chat who might like to have this. Might be using his name.
I could have my own Nightwing'em to torture.
like a little voodoo doll. This
What
one
if he
looks-
doesn't even like Nightwing?
This one looks really cool. I'm not familiar with the the actual rebirth storyline on a lot of these, but this one does look cool.
I think she has the best looking torso, so I hope it can actually articulate.
I'm just not used to Barbara Gordon not being in a wheelchair.
How
That's not a joke. I'm used to, the whole. was
many
a
years was
paraplegic.
it before she did that?
Well, still, but
And it looks like you only have to buy 3
yes.
to connect. That's awesome. Because I hate when it's like 5 or 6
Or 8?
figures that you're forced to buy. That's
The
kind of
Transformer Cyberverse of their Generations line, you got to buy 8 figures to make that untransformable toy.
Look at this.
yeah. Now this is also from the rebirth, but this could totally pass as an animated Harley Quinn.
Which they fortunately are doing some anime. Well, we'll get to that in a
Which-
second.
Yeah, we will get to that.
I thought she was part of the animated.
No, she's rebirth, but
Yeah, this is actually rebirth.
Hmm.
So it would be.
and that's and the double jointed elbows. Look at that. Shardimus will be happy.
Oh yeah.
I like the way he looks. He is super detailed. I know his head isn't gonna. It's gonna
Yeah.
barely move under that hood. If he's anything like the Fortnite drift, the head is probably glued to the top of that daggone head.
Well, I was more thinking like comparing it to the DC collectible because that still looks like he's got the T crotch.
Yeah, all of them have that McFarlane crotch.
Yeah, that's one thing that you need to work on. But you know
Some
what?
of them hide it better because the joint goes up into their little trunks for Batman and Superman.
This is probably the most articulated of a like preview shot that I've seen them do. Normally they just stick with these, standing straight up.
Now I'm torn because the bow is permanently in a drawn back position. Like if you go back 2 pictures, go back one. Yeah, you see that? But go back one more.
Oh, sorry, right there.
So you have him just in a static pose. That looks so stupid.
I didn't think about that.
But but if you have him in an action pose, that's absolutely perfect.
Yep.
So I'm kind of torn on that.
So all that's good, right? It's kind of exciting. Here is the main event. Proper animated fig. Now the head on this isn't quite
Yeah, I don't like
perfect,
the face.
but the rest of it looks really cool. It looks like it's gonna have some little bit of extra articulation in the shoulders here.
Yeah, all their figures have those disc hinges that
Oh, there's a
work like
butterfly
butterfly.
joint there. Yeah, there's a butterfly there.
Yeah.
It's usually like a hinge in the shoulder and a post with a ball on the end going in there, and that cup around the shoulder is just a cup to make it look like a butterfly joint. It functions like it a little bit, but not really.
That's a broad ass chest.
Yeah, I think their chests are a little bit too broad.
Does he?
He does remind me of the Superman 64 cover art.
He has extra hands, but they didn't give him the flying hands. That's
Shouldn't that be
surprised that-
standard with the Superman?
yeah. The flying hand should be standard.
I am actually surprised they didn't give him a heat vision face.
You know what? That's been kind of done to death. Though.
They wanted him to have that metal girder.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. It's not. But this one actually is probably out of all these is my favorite. Is this Green Lantern?
Only thing I don't like is the color breakup on the shoulders. They didn't paint those disc things
Come on,
green.
T-Man.
It looks
Don't
like he's
point.
wearing a backpack.
Don't point that stuff out to me, because I don't like that now either.
What Grail just said is, I like the idea. Cloth capes would have been perfect for this, but that would have been hoping too much for McFarlane.
Yeah.
Dang, that is a good effect piece though for him.
Somebody said they would wait till this goes on clearance and buy that for their NECA.
Now, what is interesting is we've got so this is a subline that has multiple sublines within it. So, okay,
This
that
looks
cape is killing
really-
those shoulders.
Yeah, but it looks really good.
It's going to be a good display set, plain and simple. Damn, that's a crotch thrust.
I don't know. He might have some back
That
problems if he keeps
That
standing.
thrusts
like
into the next issue.
I honestly think that his cape is supporting himself on that in that pose.
Yeah, probably.
I
This
like that.
one's not going to move all that much due to that cape, but
I like that interior blue though. But yeah, that
yeah,
I,
that
I would like a Batman with a cape that can swoosh.
It's
It's
probably
probably a
nice coat.
step up. It's probably a step up from the DC Collectibles animated figure.
yeah, I think so. I can tell already that it is. Most of those things you can't even stand on their own. Half
did
of
come
them,
with
the
stands,
legs are
though.
like bow-legged. You
But
have
they
to
did
like heat
come.
them up.
Those did come with stands. Well, so does
They
this, but
Yeah, I don't like using stands. I avoid stands at all costs. I only use them unless I absolutely have to. But the really cool thing about all this is we got all these pictures today and they're already hitting the shelf and you can pre-order them through your favorite retailer as long as
Yeah.
that retailer is Walmart or Amazon.
well, that the Mattel license ended 2 days ago.
And
They
these
were
are,
they were
They
ready
were ready
to
to
go.
go with these, weren't they?
Yes.
yeah.
They didn't waste any time.
If
And I
only
heard they've
Mafex
already been
made these
spotted.
animated figures.
What's that?
Mafex, if Mafex would make, because they're tackling Jim
Yeah.
Lee animated X-Men stuff. If only
Mhm.
Mafex could make these animated figures, I think they'd kill it.
And I think that's kind of what they're doing is they're limiting these different manufacturers to doing certain lines. I don't think they want too much stuff copied. Spin Masters, I don't even think Spin Masters is doing 6-inch. I haven't seen anything yet, but they did release some pictures of 12-inch and 4-inch because they got the DC license as well. So
So weird with that. Just like Jazzwares and McFarlane with Fortnite. It's weird that multiple companies are releasing the same toys.
Yeah,
or
all at the
similar
same
thing.
time. Weird.
I mean, the McFarlane, I guess they consider that to be adult collectibles because they're never in the children's aisle. I mean, the regular action figure aisle. They're always in electronics or something. You don't hear that. Let me meet.
well, I just got your picture. I'm bringing it up.
I have this one client that keeps calling me Dan. It is driving me nuts.
And
Hey, Dan.
well, see, here's the thing with that. It's one of those like weird social things. If you don't correct them the very first time, you're
I have corrected
probably
her
never
3 times
really.
on text. She has a text record of me saying I'm Dave.
That's good.
He
don't
read that
care.
and said, "What's Dan talking about?" Dan's crazy.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to share my entire screen again. Bear with me.
I'm just like,
Oops. There's that picture.
oh yes.
Chicken broccoli.
You tell me that doesn't sell a figure for you right there.
I want 3.
Hey, have you ever seen the movie Trancers?
Mm-mm. What's that?
Wait, that's Scanners. Scanners, not Trancers.
Scanners. Yeah.
Bad Dave.
I can't remember it. I know I probably saw that years ago.
Just look up Scanners Head Explosion on YouTube. That's all you need to know. That's the only scene in the movie you need to see. Now there's
Chris Barnes says, yeah, 6 and 7-inch. I hope that's not true. I don't want 7-inch DC stuff. I hope it's all
No.
6-inch.
All these are supposed to be 7.
Trash. I'm not
For
buying them.
McFarlane, I think all of them are 7. Maybe the
Fuck 7-inch.
animated is probably 6-inch.
True Dan screamer.
now you see. Anyway, here's the thing: people, they knock on the 7-inch scale. The thing is, there are 2 very big lines that are still 7-inch scale as well. You got all your NECA figures, so they'll scale well with that, and they'll scale well with Marvel Select, which a lot of people still collect.
And if you're collecting the other McFarlane stuff, they can beat each other up. They'll scale with Storm Collectibles.
That's the main thing I don't like about Storm. It's the scale. I mean, obviously, I've now proven that I'll eventually cave on the whole scale thing,
Hmm.
like I did here.
You know, Figmas don't scale well with anything else.
Figmas scale really
With
well with
with
like other
Figmas,
112.
And that's its figure arts.
Figure Arts,
Figmas are
Mezco.
smaller.
Mezco has a completely
Oh,
different look,
it
but
it depends on the character. Like this Widowmaker, she fits right in with Marvel Legends and other 6-inch
Well, I'm just
figures.
saying you can take a Hasbro tracer and put it right next to the Figma tracer, and you'll see the difference.
well, that's because
She's bigger.
Hasbro. But look, here's a Figma. Here's a Figma Catwoman. And here's a Figure Arts Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley's taller.
They're almost the same. And how do you know Harley Quinn's not really taller than Catwoman? Huh? Dave, are you assuming their height?
Well, that's
How
also
dare
the
you?
kind of that's also part of the conversation too. Is that everyone like
I love that Harley figure.
people and figures and characters are not always the same height. Like people go on about that with characters. Like you have two different stormtroopers from two different lines, and they're not exactly the same height. Like, yeah, there are different sized people. That's not a bad
Yeah.
thing,
Listen, only one stormtrooper is supposed to be shorter than the rest.
right? And that's Floyd that works over at the Death Star reactor.
I was going to say Luke, but
He's not really a stormtrooper.
well, he was a
go
little short. He was a little short for a stormtrooper.
Geez, why didn't you get that reference?
Yeah, man.
You're supposed to be the Star Wars
What's next?
expert.
What's next? You're gonna complain that clone troopers are supposed to be different heights? Because let me tell you, by definition, they shouldn't be.
Unless they're cloned from two different people.
But they're not.
You don't know that. Did you lift all their helmets up? You sick freak?
Did you see the movie yet, Dave?
No.
Well, if you'd have seen it, they definitively proved that the clone troopers are all different. So, big spoiler there.
What's this?
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Speaking of Star Wars, have you seen the controversy over? Apparently, there's a JJ cut that Disney executives like stepped in, changed a whole bunch of stuff against his wishes. When he actually went and screened it, it wasn't his cut, and he was like, "What the heck am I watching? It's not my cut." And now people are like freaking out, like the release the Snyder cut of Justice League. Now there's like a whole release the JJ cut of Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if there's any truth to that. It's like internet, and if it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
Everything they filmed, he actually told them to film it. So I wonder what would be different.
Apparently, there was a whole bunch of scenes. I'm not trying to avoid spoilers with Dave. A bunch of scenes that he shot, extra scenes, like the reshoots that we heard about, that they completely cut from the movie towards the end of the movie.
Oh, that would make sense.
Oh, there was a certain there's a certain actor that was supposed to be involved with the movie that got cut. Is that what we're talking about?
Maybe even 2 or 3 actors that got
Really?
cut.
I'm only aware of one.
I know the one you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Would one of them
you're gonna have to tell me.
We can't tell you, Dave. You
offline.
Go.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil it for the audience.
You mean probably what? Ewan McGregor and Christian Haydenson?
Oh no, those actually are who I'm
they,
thinking of.
They no, wrong.
Okay.
The person I'm thinking of has never been involved with Star Wars before.
Really?
Yeah. Did I perplex you, Joe, or am I still on track?
No, you're still on track. It was
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because y'all got to tell me.
It would have been a cool crossover though to see, that particular character from that other franchise
Yes,
Oh, fuck
two different
you.
fans.
Yeah, I would've-
T, we're talking about The Rock, okay? We're talking about The Rock. He's in every fucking movie. It's The Rock, okay?
you know what?
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, you know who was in it though? I heard was John Cena.
Probably was.
We just couldn't see him. That's where the joke's going.
Damn, why did I not? Shit.
See that coming.
I did shit.
I didn't.
You're clever, Dan.
Leave Dan alone.
I shouldn't have shared that.
Well, now that we've created a new hashtag, leave Dan alone. What do you guys think? Is that a good spot to end it?
Well, my phone is trending right now at about 20%. So I'm gonna be ending out whether you do or not.
Dude, I don't know if you know this, but there's a nifty little port on the bottom of your phone, like there. You can.
That is the same port that my headphone jack is plugged into.
And
Oh,
The
we know your
yeah,
charging
well-
port.
Oh,
headphone-
so you
the
don't
head-
have a dedicated jack?
Nope.
Ah, sucks
Nope.
to be you.
It doesn't
Apple
really.
people.
It's not Apple. It's a Pixel 3.
Oh, they're trying to be Apple. That's the dumbest thing in the world. That pisses me off. All these years, Apple has been trying to catch up with Android with certain features, but now Android phones are starting to be like Apple. I'm like, why would you do that?
It's the circle of life, T.
My phone is probably the last one with a headphone freaking jack.
Well, Matt, before your phone dies, do you want to tell anybody like where to find you or say goodbye, sing
The
a song?
internet's a weird place. I don't want any of these guys knowing where to
I
find
like
me.
that answer.
Night is at your window right now.
It's not maybe a
See ya,
joke.
Grail.
I don't know.
And the comments, you already told us you're not wearing pants.
That's probably true most times. So that's not really all that creepy. I mean, it's creepy, but it's not
See,
unexpected.
Normally, I would say everyone knows who you are, where to find you, but I think we might have had a listener or two that maybe didn't know that you do some really chill reviews.
Yeah. On my channel on YouTube, Tman978 with no dashes and whatnot. You can find me on everything, Twitter, Instagram, but mostly YouTube and Facebook too. And here every Thursday, just about, even though I always say that I'm not going to be here because I'm sleepy. And then I'm always here, yawning and all
And you
sorts of
were-
other stuff.
You don't look sleepy. You got a lot of energy.
You did. You were
Yeah.
fairly animated this episode. I'm proud of you, man. You did
You
good.
guys bring the life out of me.
Either that or you shotgunned a Red Bull right before we started.
I might need some of that. Maybe I could have ran out of there with that money.
Dave, I know you're trying on Instagram right now to make sure that True Dave Screamer's not already taken. So for now, where can people find you?
At True Star Screamer, of course. You can catch me on the PlayStation Network if I'm, wasting time on that Spider-Man game, which is an okay game, But I was waiting for T-Man to flinch.
Yeah, because of that game, I can't play Fallen Order because I'm like on Spider-Man. If you get hit, it's your own fault. But on Jedi Fallen Order, it's like you're gonna get hit.
That's
But-
one thing I thought they could have added to that game was like the Spider-Man Arkham Asylum type.
More acrobatic type of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Jumping around with the
You mean
lightsabers.
the whole prequel type of combat?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'm surprised none of you guys noticed that I shaved the beard off. Well, most of it off.
Yeah, we did.
My screen is like
Totally
really
noticed if
small.
You
We all said something about
Oh,
it.
nice, Steve.
Oh, you know what? It was while you
What if we-
were picking up your figures off the floor.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
we talked
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes about it.
Yeah, we were like, God damn, did you guys see that? He shaved his beard. It was fucking hot as hell.
I didn't even recognize Dan when he came home.
Oh, all right. As for me,
Joe, where can we find you?
go to the Figure Action Podcast Instagram page. I recently put up a few pictures and a neat little video of this lovely lady right here.
You can see her butt cheeks.
Yes, you can. I'll show you more of the little. Wait a minute.
See, if it's a TBL league, it'd be completely and anatomically correct.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not. Her undercarriage is incomplete. I'll just say that.
You could actually pick your undercarriages on TBL leagues I've seen.
Yes.
Can you? I know you can. Like,
It's mostly the boobs.
yeah, mostly the boobs.
Boobs and skin tone.
I was trying to explain that
Boobs
to
are
somebody
not
about those things that they're detailed down there.
They're too detailed.
They're-
When I was picking this up to bring it in here, I looked at, well, like when you're feeling them, it feels like you're picking up a
Did
real
you feel
little
guilty?
person.
Did you
Yeah.
feel guilty?
A little bit. It's like you feel like you're touching a real person. Like when your hand is right here and you feel the butt cheek squeeze, it's like, oh.
Did you just say ew? Like,
I mean,
come on.
And all of a sudden, he
Liar.
just sold about 5 of them from his Amazon page.
yeah. I need to put them on there. They cost too much on Amazon. I don't get any money from them, but if you need to buy any, BBTS is the only place because they must have some type of deal. They're way cheaper on BBTS than anywhere. Like she's like $500 or something on Amazon, but on BBTS she's like $169.
That's worth it to wait for their incredibly show shipping. That'll just
Yes.
sit there on a shelf.
Their
for
Astrobots
months.
still haven't
Right.
shown up.
T, let me ask you real quick on your TV league. I don't recall offhand. When you order the base female, what does it come with?
It's just the body, hands, and possibly heeled feet and some flat feet.
But no head.
No head,
So
usually.
you got to order the head separate and clothes separate.
I-
So really, you got to get
Yeah.
three different
I have
components.
seen some
For the
with a
for the
head.
1/6 scale, some of them do come with a head, but
Okay.
the 1/12 scale comes with the head and the hands.
Have
but
you
the
messed with
one-
the 1/12 scale?
Only this one. There is
Oh, right.
there's a lack of articulation that is necessary to me. There's no bicep swivel.
Mm.
And I hear that the female is the same way. So
Okay.
you can work around it by using the shoulder joint,
Mhm.
but it's very difficult to get the hand like a certain way in front of it. It took me a while. I was messing with it for a while before I noticed that. But once I noticed it, it drove me up the wall.
For
Just
the
curious.
1/6, they do have a bicep swivel.
Yeah, she could do friggin' anything.
Yeah.
And it feels like a real person, like I said. It feels like it has a rib cage and all that.
Because we all totally know what a real girl feels like, right? Yeah.
Shit. Just give yourself a good hug. It's similar, just a little bit harder.
All right, this is getting.
Good
night, everybody.
Really awkward here.
All right, good night, y'all.
Good night.
If you've liked the show tonight, do the Kabasa Slam on the like button like we talked
Share.
about. There is a really cool feature where you can hit a notification and your phone will actually play like whatever nerdy sound you've programmed it to do. Whenever we go live, whenever we get a new video pop up, you'll get alerted, notified, as you will. Good night.
Even we get those. So now we do the awkward thing where you push the button,
We
but
will.
it's still on there.
But then I'm gonna do that really awkward thing where like I act like I pushed the button, but I didn't really push the button. Yeah, it's like kind of.
Now, what's really awkward is when you say goodnight and then you make it sound like, you got to go meet with a girl, and then you leave your phone on and it turns out you're just talking to pick somebody up who doesn't have, from like the train station.